Hey,
You see me?
I can see you.
Hi, Casey.
Who was that
Hey.
that joined? Who is that? I can't see who that is. Wearing a white shirt.
Look at the bearded one. But no,
Long quarantine.
What's going on, man?
How are you?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
This league often doesn't have a no-hitter all year long throughout the entire league. So, yeah, it's exciting.
Forget what day it was. It was definitely a day game. I remember that.
There's sort of like a holiness to a Sunday of baseball, right? It's like very, very all-American. And particularly this day we're talking about, August 4th, 2019. There was something really special about this day.
All day rose. I remember that. It always plays, and I always remember that because it just makes me crack up.
I said rose all day.
It was actually a super nice day too, and I couldn't believe how nice it was.
How's everybody doing?
I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt, which is like very rare. I only did like 2 or 3 games last season, so it must have been very hot.
I think the announced game temperature was 80.
Too hot for a suit, which, God, how awesome is that?
Sun shining down on the diamond, breeze blowing in from left center.
I just did my normal routine. I woke up, had my eggs, had my pancakes, I came to the field.
The entire pregame playlist was all blues music. Sunday's the only day of the week you could pull that off.
It's a super nice day. My family was in town from Vancouver. They came and they got to watch me, perform. So it was kind of just like all the adrenaline I needed for that day.
You got Giordani playing on the Oregon. And then on this day, you had blue skies. It was a beautiful day at Genie, that's for sure.
We opened the game by saying
This afternoon, we are serving up South Sound Summer Splendor with a side of sunshine, folks, and I think it's just what the doctor ordered.
That is Sunday baseball at Cheney Stadium.
he's intense. He's intense from the time he heads out to do his work. He's on task. He knows it's his day. He's got the ball.
I kind of just throw my headphones on, and like anybody gets in my way, I just kind of have like an attitude towards. I don't know why. It's just the way it goes sometimes.
He comes in. He's ready to go.
He's ready to go here.
See, I'm usually scared before the first pitch. I always have that. Once I see my face on the big screen right there, when it's the camera's going up, I come like, oh man. And once I get the first out, it's kind of like, all right.
The first pitch of the game is in for a strike, and we are underway.
The day did not really become memorable until Anthony Misiewicz started to put those zeros up on the scoreboard.
The last 2 games, the Rainiers had opened up that series with the Cubs. We lost. I think the night before, we lost 11-7.
Prior to this game, in his previous start, he had his best start at AAA.
We know Misiewicz is pitching. His last outing before that was beautiful. He had a great game. So at the very least, we're looking to turn this series around. We're looking to take a game from Iowa and get back on the win wagon.
I think I was pretty consistent that day. Nothing really overpowering.
2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3.
I thought he was commanding all his pitches more so than when he got there.
Now the 0-2, swing and a miss, strike 3, and down goes Giambroni. And
locate my fastball in, really getting in, make the hitter uncomfortable, then go to your best secondary pitch.
It was a baseball game that was happening, before our eyes. And he was pitching well the first couple innings. That's obvious, but you're not really thinking much into it that early into the game because there's so much more baseball to play.
Well, on this day, he didn't just get the first hitter out, he got the first 10 hitters out. And then in the 4th inning, he walked a batter.
The funny thing is, I told myself, don't walk him.
Down and in, ball 4, and there's
it's like the number 1 rule you don't walk him.
A 1-out walk.
But after that, you have to get back to what you're doing.
And a miss, strike 3, he got him.
I'm trying to remember when the moment is where it's kind of inappropriate to talk about it, and everybody's sort of nudging at it or inkling at it, or I'll be on the radio being like, hey, Randy, is something good's cooking here, and he'll kind of be like, oh, yeah, but you don't say it, right? Like, if you could easily say, Misiewicz has got no hits through 3. But then it's like maybe the 5th inning where you start to go, okay, like maybe something a little different's happening here.
For me, it's probably when you get around the 5th.
Fifth inning, you are now aware. Sixth inning, if he gets through the sixth, now you're like, okay, it's on.
Sixth inning, if they get through 5, I start thinking about it.
It gets my attention in the 5th inning for sure.
It's definitely after the 4th or 5th inning for me.
Misiewicz has struck out 6 through 5 innings.
It'd be interesting to kind of pinpoint the one moment where we were just sitting there and going, oh, okay, yeah, let's not talk about what's happening here.
1-2 pitch coming. And it's a swing and a miss. Strike 3, he got him. And that is strikeout number 7 for Misiewicz. Hits have been in very short supply. Only 3 in this game. The Rainiers have all of them.
I don't say he's throwing a no-hitter. I work around it. In the many ways you can say that he's throwing a no-hitter without using the 2 words no-hitter.
Nothing but zeros on the line score for Iowa.
The superstition, something that I really respect myself. You don't want to be that one guy in the room.
You don't say anything about a no-hitter. Everybody knows that.
If it's on anybody on your team, you don't say anything or like even think about it.
Don't talk to that guy. Heaven forbid an intern coughs or says the wrong thing or mentions it, because you know that's the type of thing that would happen.
You can go back to Wade Boggs eating chicken every day. There's always guys that have these superstitions. I'm not that superstitious, but I'm also not gonna even talk about it just in case that might be right.
You know, generally I try not to look at the scoreboard when I'm throwing or pitching because it just throws me off.
There's ways to hint at it, you know. Look at the scoreboard. You see anything? I don't know. You can do it without jinxing it, that's for sure.
I once got blamed for jinxing a no-hitter that was going on almost 1,000 miles away. Mike Montgomery, the lefty we had a few years ago, got called up by the Mariners, and he had a no-hit bid through like 6 or 7 innings. And I said on the air, Mariners update, blah, blah, blah. And Montgomery has a no-hitter going through 7 innings. And the next inning, he gives up a hit. And our team, this was in Tacoma, our team was upset about me jinxing Montgomery's no-hitter that was happening in the major leagues 800 or 1,000 miles away in Southern California. I'm like, I'm done with this.
Yeah, you did. You jinxed it.
I did. I jinxed it. My fault.
Kind of, like I said, I kind of had a clue because I think I heard Dakota Mekas in their bullpen kind of saying, you know, something about no-hitting or like a no-hitter bud or something like that.
There's not a pitcher alive that knows what's going on. Doesn't turn around and look at the 0 under the hits column at some point in the 6th and 7th inning and think about what I'm doing.
I mean, I kind of knew that nobody got on base, which I thought was strange.
Garcia,
and I'm always accustomed to giving up a few hits.
Has gone down swinging both times. Misiewicz with 7 strikeouts through 6 1/3.
And through 7, he was at 103 pitches.
Over 100 pitches now for the first time this season. 3-2 is a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Down goes Evans.
And he was striking guys out. That's the thing. He had 10 strikeouts in that game. Strikeouts are great, but they run up the pitch count a bit.
And in the back of my mind, I'm hoping he goes out and gets them out on 4 pitches. And then I got to make another decision, but I would feel a little better about going into the 9th with 107 than 116.
The 8th inning. So now the 1-0 pitch is swung on and hit in the air to right field. And looking for it is Falia, and he makes the catch, and there's the first out. Now with the 2-2 pitch on the way. And it's a swing and a miss. Strike 3, he got him. Strikeout number 9 for Misiewicz. 2 away in the top of the 8th inning. Here comes the 3-2 on the way, and it is a swing and a miss. Strike 3, and he got him to wrap up the 8th inning. Strikeout number 10 for Misiewicz. He's made it through 8 full innings.
8th inning wraps up. You are waiting at the steps for Misiewicz. What do you say to him?
Nice job. That's going to be it. And I hate it, but that's it.
Yeah, I asked him too if I would have punched out Russell if he would have gave you the 9th, but he said no.
I know it's not what happened, but when you watch it, it almost looks like he was trying to quietly sneak Taylor Gilbo into the game because it happens between innings.
They booed between innings while we were in the commercial break when they realized that Misiewicz wasn't going out to pitch the 9th.
There's no pitch count on the scoreboard or anything. We don't have that information for the fans to see in our stadium. So they don't know how many pitches he's thrown or how long he's been in there.
Would it have mattered if they knew it was 116? Would Brownie have still gotten booed?
Yes, but the boos would not have been as loud.
You know, we have the walkie-talkies for our bullpen, and the crowd's booing. All of a sudden, our walkie-talkie goes off, and our bullpen is booing as well, right there in the dugout.
I kind of find myself feeling bad for Taylor Gilbo. He had just been traded to the Mariners less than a week earlier. This was only his second game with his new team and his new organization, and he comes in from the bullpen trying to protect a no-hitter in the 9th inning, and, you know, he's already in a new kind of uncomfortable situation, not, you know, knowing his teammates or anything, and then he comes into this high-pressure moment.
Taylor Gilbo is set. The lefty just acquired at the deadline from the Nationals with his first pitch, and it swung on and looped out into left, and it's carrying, and it is back, and it is over the head of Mariscal, and it lands up against the left field fence. And listen to these happy fans.
It didn't take it rattling off the wall. It took it coming off the bat for me to know that, well, there goes the combined no hitter.
So there will be no hitter, not today.
I just started laughing like I am now. When me and Makaka, we were just cracking up, man. I think I had a mouthful of Gator. I think I just spit it out. We were just cracking up. So nothing on Gilbo, but it's just like one of those things. You know, another lefty comes in, something different, and just first pitch is a hit. And I think I was cracking up when I was like, what are you gonna do?
And now he's set. At third is Machado. The 1-2 pitch to Johnny Field is a swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's the ball game. The Tacoma Rainiers.
I would do the same thing again with the personnel that we had. Gilbo would be coming in with the lefty leading off. I think there was another lefty, a couple of hitters behind, but I liked his stuff, still like his stuff. I would do it again.
Yeah, I agree. But at the same time, you know, I still have my doubts. I mean, it was me, so I'm always going to have my doubts about it. I think not many guys get to do that or have the opportunity to do that in their professional career. I think at least let me get the opportunity. You know, it was definitely the right move. Don't want to hurt myself, you know, looking back on it. But at the time, I was definitely upset.
I think we all were disappointed. There was a piece of us that we were disappointed in the situation. It's almost like you've won a lottery ticket when these things happen, because it's very rare for a fan to catch something like this.
You guys, this on surface level, I think this story is maybe not all that exciting when you say a guy almost threw a no-hitter, because it seems to happen weekly or daily depending on major or minor league baseball. But in most instances, it's a guy who gets deep into a game and then lets up a base hit himself, and that's kind of it. You don't get a lot of situations where it's the pitch count that really gets in his way. It's a situation where he didn't necessarily fail, but, you know, having talked to him, it feels like he didn't really complete the accomplishment, and I think that makes the story maybe more interesting for people.
The word failed to get it done, never that phrase never came to my mind. He might say that now, but at the same time, that was not my thinking. I would say it was the best pitch game we had all year.
It's a 1,000% a happy story. Realistically, there's this wonderful thing about AAA baseball and you come, you enjoy it, you root for your team, and if they win by 50, if they lose by 50, at the end of the day, you still spent a perfect Sunday in the South Sound.
It was one of the best days I've had in baseball for sure.
What do you miss most about the game right now?
The camaraderie, you know, traveling and just, you know, being on the planes and getting to the ballpark and playing with the boys. You know, that's always the best part. Different hotels. It's always good to get to different cities and do a little traveling. So, but definitely pitching, to say the least.
I just miss the games. I miss doing the work too. I miss calling games. I'm not one of those people who misses baseball immediately right when the season ends or anything like that. I enjoy the off season, but when it's time to start up again, I get really excited about it, and I can't wait, and I want to get out there and do the games. And it's been a bummer, really.
I think it's the right thing for us to be doing what we're doing right now, but at the same time, you know, it makes you really appreciate the the relationships you have with the players, everything from the first meeting and, Artman walking in to talk and Ashley and seeing you guys on an everyday basis. I think more than anything, it's the relationships. And that's not saying I don't enjoy being here at home because, got my wife and daughter here. My wife's working from home. It's the same as everybody else, but it makes you really appreciate some of the things that, this is my 20th year with Seattle. And the first time not being able to go to a ballpark at this time of the year. So it's different. You do miss it. I think more than anything, I miss, sitting at my desk and waiting for stats to come in, be dropped off, or Ashley walking by with Jackie, and then players one at a time trickling in, getting ready to do something for the day, and then trying to get my door closed before Curto comes walking in at 6:20.
Yeah, it's a challenge for you, I know.
Ball and chain, turn me loose.